Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Things are moving really fast. The building behind me, who's going to occupy it? What is really going on? What happened in Tucson when Trump came visiting? In fact, Tucson doesn't get a lot of presidential candidates, so this was something like a rarity. There's a singer by the name of Linda Ronstadt, and there is a music hall named after her. Linda herself is progressive, and so is the local politician. And there were a lot of war of words about Trump coming even to address this meeting. Like, why are you here? What are you going to do? You should apologize for all the sexist comments you made, so on and so forth. But Trump is not somebody who's going to be deterred. So he did go there. But then what happened? Well, I'm just going to play a small video, about 30 seconds, that will tell you or give you a sense of what happened, and then I'll expand on this more. First, please like this video, and if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe to our channel. Here we go.
Reporters of former President Donald Trump that were allowed to sit behind his stage at his Tucson rally last week tell the News 4 Tucson investigators they left with mysterious injuries to their eyes. News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter 𝗠𝘗 Nylander is live outside the Tucson Music Hall downtown. 𝗠𝘗, what are we learning about their situation?
Yeah, well, Monica, this is where thousands of people came out to hear former President Donald Trump speak last week. There was a group of 48 people allowed to sit on stage behind Trump throughout the event. They were split into two groups on each side of the stage. One side seemed to walk away without any issues, but multiple people seated near each other on the other side tell me that they had to go to the emergency room.
So, as you can see, 48 people were sitting behind Trump, and this is a normal thing. Remember that one guy died in the first attempt, a bullet hit him from the sniper. So 48 people were sitting behind Trump, and so let's say if this is Trump, if I am Trump, to my right and to my left, right? So to my left, I'm sorry, my hand is going the wrong way. To my left, to my right, and to my left. So to Trump's right, there were 20-odd people, and they all started feeling dizzy, vomiting, and symptoms like, eyes completely puffing up. So they all rushed to emergency room, different hotels, different hospitals, wherever they could go. And some of the patients were told that they were suffering from a chemical burn. A chemical burn, that means somebody tried to spray some kind of a chemical at Trump while he was addressing this audience. This was a very hostile audience, in the sense that Tucson is a very liberal city, like perhaps Seattle. It doesn't matter. You can differ with someone politically, but you don't try to, take him out by putting some sort of a chemical spray. And this happened last week, and some said that it took them up to 5 days to fully recover from this. I've given you a bunch of links in the reference section. Do go through them to get an idea of what are all the things Trump is facing on his stumps, meaning like when he's stumping for votes, when he's meeting people. Now so if you think about it chronologically, this would be the second attempt, and what happened in Florida would be the third attempt, because chronologically that's how it comes. But people didn't really think that this could be a problem, but now they are beginning to suspect that not one, not two, but 20 people suffered from the same kind of a symptom. What happened? They were not together in any other place. So how did this happen? And thank God Trump didn't suffer from anything. So this raises the question, why are they so desperate that Trump should not be running for president? What are they afraid of? What have they done in these 4 years that makes them so deathly afraid? And who is they? Democratic Party, deep state, embedded, a hybrid of these two, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi? Who is it? Who is the one that is so afraid that they don't even mind trying to make an attempt? Very, 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 very concerning revelations, I'm afraid. And this is somebody saying, Aditya Handu is saying, US is becoming like Bihar. I think Bihar has become better now than US. And these are all things to try and deter people from coming to these meetings, and then show and say, oh, look, Trump isn't drawing any crowd. In fact, today there was a poll saying that even Fox is predicting that Kamala Harris is ahead of Trump. Don't buy all these things. Many people have decided that enough is enough. Illegal immigration is a big concern across America, especially based on what they are seeing in Colorado, in Ohio, and in New York City, where members of the same gang, TDN, if I remember correctly, that were caught in Colorado, they are invoking terror from Venezuela. 5,000 of them have holed up in United States. So this is not going to end well. And I don't know what exactly is the plan here for the Democrats. But also today, the Federal Reserve has cut the interbank lending rate by 50 basis points, or 0.5%. 0.5%. So if the rate was 5.5%, today it is 5%. That's a big cut. 0.5% is a very big cut. The intention here is that it would spur business, make businesses to borrow money and to turn the economy around. Perhaps the interest rates for home loans will go down by the same 0.5%, and that might spur people to come back into buying new homes or used homes. Doesn't matter which way. So all these things are the hope of the Federal Reserve. But many in the know, in the business, are saying, look, this also means that they are acknowledging there is a recession. Now, what happened today is, after the announcement, I think it happens at 2 p.m., if I remember correctly. So there was about 1.5 hours of trading. The Dow Industrials index went up by 300 points, but at the end of the day, it finished down 89 points. So it looks like the market has already factored it in. Either that, or they are not sure which way they are going to go. Tomorrow will be a better indication of what's going to happen. And clearly, there is a messaging that the interest rates are being lowered because there is a recession just around the corner. But then the problem of not lowering the interest rates was that the country had inflation. Now, if you reduce the interest rate, then that is going to mean more money in the market. Would that not again drive up inflation? So there are some cross purposes going on here. So we have to wait and see what really happens. And all I would tell people is that, look, US is kind of floundering right now, and it doesn't really know which way to go. And we have to wait and see how this happens. In the meantime, the news that is coming from China, Russia, is that China has given a lot of ammunition, that is, gunpowder and other stuff for Russia. And Russia is now outpacing the NATO by almost 2:1 in terms of how many 155mm shells it's firing. It's now a war of artillery between Ukraine and Russia, and both sides are digging in for the long haul. We don't know when, who's going to give up. Clearly, Ukraine doesn't have enough to push back at Russia, and I don't know what that where that's going to go. Clearly, also these battery charges, the battery charge based explosives that Israel has put in many devices in Hezbollah's families and around them. This is also a slap in the face of China. So China is going to lash out one way or the other. So I'm mixing up 2 or 3 things, but the core point I'm trying to make here is that China has everything to gain by getting a Democrat back in power, and they are only going to make more shrill noises as this campaign waits on. So I don't know if there are any questions. There are a couple of questions that I'm going to take, and then we'll go from there. Waste Reduce wants to know, was it anthrax? We don't know what it is. They have not released the information, so we don't know what that is. And just give me 1 second. Thank you, Sanjay, for your super sticker. Anand Gopalan Kidambi wants to know 1, 2, 3. Still, how many more before elections? This is going out of control. This seems to be the new normal. Why all against Trump? You know, you have an excellent point. I don't remember if it's Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr. One of them said, you know, I don't know how many lives my dad has. Very poignant statement after the Florida incident that he made, and it's in everybody's minds and thoughts. What is going on? Why is it so desperate? And see, if these illegals come in, it's going to be very difficult to be pushed out. Even Trump will find it very difficult. 8 million, 12 million, that's a huge number. And are they going to open the floodgates now just to try and make it even harder? After all, they are in power. They can tell the Customs and Border Patrol to not even stand guard on the border. I don't know. This is something that is also concerning for all American citizens. So we have to wait and see how the next 40 odd days before the election are going to go through. Maithili wants to know, why are they after Trump? To the best of my knowledge, Maithili ji, Trump has stayed away from the deep state. He has pretty much funded his own presidential campaign the previous time, as well as this time. I think he's getting some donors. So there is a certain amount of, you know, lack of control of the president, and these people are used to having that full control, and that could be the simple reason. That's all I can think of, nothing else. Thank you, Geeta ji, for your super sticker. I think I've answered all your questions, and that's where we stand. I'll give an update in the evening if I get to know more data. But in the meantime, you can read the links that are provided as part of the description, and you can get more information from this particular event. Thank you once again. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.